Hey, Change Agents, and welcome to another episode of Change Agents TV with me, Tracy D. Allen, owner of TVA Consulting, where we help nonprofit organizations, social entrepreneurs, and small businesses or entrepreneurs develop the systems and processes needed to build and grow a profitable, sustainable, and compliant infrastructure so that they can achieve their mission and realize their vision through education, training, and consulting. But most of all, we help them to create impact in the communities that they serve. So I'm going to ask you to like, share, and comment below if you have any comments, and subscribe to the channel if you're hearing this on my podcast or my YouTube channel. So this week we're continuing the theme of business management skills, and I should put up my banner. So it is business management skills and the business plan. So what does business management skills have to do with the business plan? Well, it has a lot to do with the business plan. In the section where I have to describe your qualifications for running the business and what possible staff members you're going to need now and in the future, I need to do an assessment of your management skills. What can you handle and what can't you handle? So then we need to figure from that, we'll be able to figure out what we need to or who we need to hire now immediately in order for your business to run effectively and who we're going to need to hire in the future. So let's get started because we have a limited amount of time to get this done. So the first thing I assess is your communication skills. How do you communicate with people? So I try to figure out if you're good at social cues, people's body languages, verbal inflections. Do you speak confidently yourself? Are you respectful of other people? How do you communicate with other people? Because if you're not a good communicator, then maybe you shouldn't be communicating with the people in your business because it's going to leave a negative stain on them. So you may have to hire someone or make sure you get a communications director or that you have an administrative assistant or virtual assistant who is very adept at communications, right? So the next thing that we assess is your negotiation skill. Depending on the type of business that you're in, you may have to do a lot of negotiations, and it goes back to communications. If you're not effective at communications, then you may not be a good negotiator. But I have met people who are not good at communicators, but they're a boss at negotiations. They get in there and it's like they switch personalities. So, but if you have a business where negotiation is a big part of your business and you can't do it, then we need to figure out who do we need to have in place in order to make that component of your business effective. The next thing is, are you a person who's good at setting goals and objectives, or do you just fly by the wind and, it's whatever happens today? So I'll ask you questions like, are you good with task management? Are you good with prioritizing? And I'll kind of assess how you prioritize along the way. Are you good with defining deadlines? So there are different things that I would ask and I would assess because I really get to know my business clients, my business plan clients. And if you're not good with that, then you need to work with someone. I will suggest that you work with someone, again, like an administrative assistant. Make sure you hire the right person, put the right people in place with the right skills. So when we're creating that job description for your business plan, we're making sure that those components are in that job description for the one person or the two people that you need in order for your business to be effective, to be profitable. Okay, what is your leadership skills like? What type of leader are you? Are you inspirational or motivational, or are you the leader who tears people down? Do you feel like barking at your employees is a way of motivating them? Are you good at conflict resolution, or are you a source of conflict yourself, right? Are you flexible? Are you honest? Are you diligent? These are things that I would ask you to see what your leadership style is, because some people are good at starting companies, but they're not good at running companies. And running the company or the organization, whatever it is, running the business is difficult if you don't have good leadership skills. So maybe you manage certain aspects of the business, but the other components of human management right? You may need to outsource to someone else. Maybe you need to hire a human resources person because that is just not your strong suit. You don't want to interview people, you don't want to interact with them. You just want to push papers, and maybe you just want to do negotiations, and that's it. But we need to find out all these different components of your managerial style in order to figure out who you need as your key personnel in your business in order to be a profitable and successful business. So the next thing I find out about is your project management skills. So have you ever done any type of project management before? Because a lot of businesses, regardless to whether you know it or not, you have projects within your business that need to be managed and managed effectively in order to produce revenue for your business. So some of the things I would try to figure out from a person when I'm interviewing them for this portion of the business plan is, are you good at evaluative processes? Because that's one of the big components of project management. Are you good at analyzing and designing the structure that needs to be put together in order for the project to work effectively? Are you good at implementing? Do you have good implementation skills? The people can plan all day, every day, but when it comes to actually doing the work, implementing it, and then evaluating, and then creating another plan to circumvent what did not work before, they fall short. So I need to know, what are your project management skills? Do you have any? Do you have a little bit? Do you have a lot? Do you have none at all? And we need to put someone in place if your business is heavily project based. So the next thing that I asked about is sales and marketing. Some people hate sales. They absolutely hate it. And they hate marketing. They don't want anything to do with that. And it sounds strange that you're in business and sales and marketing is a big part of your business. But for some people, that's like stomach churning, and they don't want any part of it. This is something that then we know that we need to outsource, right? Because I'm going to ask you, are you good with doing market research? Do you want to do the market research? I have a ton of people who hate doing market research. They don't want anything to do with market research, and they'll hire someone to do the market research for them. So are you that person? These are things that you need to think about. Um, are you good at segmenting your market? Are you good at customer service process, the management and effectiveness of your customer service? If you're not good at any of that, then this is something you need to outsource. And remember, a lot of these things you don't have to hire a full-time employee for. There are a lot of freelancers out here that you can hire as 1099 employees or subcontract the work out, but you don't have to have them on your payroll full time. But you do need to identify that that is one of your shortfalls. And if it is, who is going to be able to carry that out? Because banks are going to look for that. Investors are going to look for that. Remember, we talked about SWOT analysis yesterday. So anything that's not your strong suit needs to be sent out to someone else. Okay, one of the other things that we can talk about is business law. Are you good, adept, which most people are not adept at business law. So then you need to have an attorney on retainer. Who's going to be your attorney? We need to know who that is going to be. So if you have a contract, you have someone who can look it over instead of you just signing agreements that you don't know anything about. And one of the big things is we definitely dive deep into your financial knowledge. Do you know how to create and read a profit and loss statement? Do you know what matrix are? Do you have dimensions? Do you know what your variables are? Do you know how to price your products and services? Are you good at timekeeping? Are you good at paying your employees and taking out the appropriate taxes? Most people are not, but this is the one area they don't want to subcontract out. They don't want to have someone on retainer for, but you really need to. So these are the things, some of the processes. There's a ton more, but my time is running short. But there's a ton more things that we can talk about when it comes to the managerial skills of the person starting the business when we're going to be doing the business plan, because we really need to identify your shortfalls, your strengths, and then we need to put people in place in order to make the business work and make it look attractive to the bank, to the lending institution that you're going to. Again, thank you for joining me for Change Agents TV today. And remember that there is someone in your community that needs the products and services that you provide. And it's up to you to make sure that you get it right. Until next time, bye-bye.